What about you? So, what do you think about that future? Are you just embracing it because it's ineluctable? Ineluctable? That's the word. Or are you scared of it? Or are you excited for it?
We are already in it. We are already half cyber, right? For now, because you can't do anything without your phone or your computer.
I mean, you can go offline. It's a decision.
It depends on what type of work you do. You know, we are already in. So there have been different era in the world. There have been like the age of stones and the age of hunting, all those ages, and now we are in the computing era, right? Their human will be integrated with the computer. So for me, as I know, we are already in we because nowadays you have people who have peacemakers, prosthetics legs, and brain chip in order to hear all those things. That's it. Or why not just change the whole body? So
I mean, some
I love
people
it.
want to be, some people believe that having a body of flesh and blood is what makes you human. Listen, somebody told me, oh, you get vaccinated? I was like, yep. They were like, oh, you transhuman. I was like, I'm tired. I'm tired of you guys. Like,
Yeah, but the things here, Kinke, is that having a deadly body that can get
not one
disease.
Rambo in the chat? Damn. Only black hearts.
People are just scary. People are just scary. But the biggest question we shall ask ourselves is: shall we remain in the deadly body, or can we move on into a body into immortality?
But
That's
how,
it.
what is this body made of?
Our
Is this a
body.
new body or is this outside of the body?
You mean we are talking about two things here? I'm
Yeah.
talking about this cybernetic body that we will get into, or you are talking about this body we have now?
No, I'm talking about if you move out of this body we have right now, do we get in a
Yeah.
new one that either when it's time to replace it, you just replace it, and you can even upgrade it. And hey, listen, if you feel like, hey, I want to be a woman now, you just go into woman's body, and you feel like I want to be black. You go to a black body, and you want to be pink. They will be, you want to be purple. They will create that for you because that's at that moment. If you can just create bodies, then you can create all sorts of. You can have 3 legs if you want, 5 eyes. You can have 2 vaginas. Like you can then or you get out of the body and you just stay inside of a part of an AI. You become part of an AI and you now live in, and then every country has different AIs as well. So, but what do you do? Do you work? How do you make money in there? Do you become part of? Do you take the money you had already? Do you build a house in there? Like it's very interesting. Or you or do you come back? You download to, yeah, new types of body. So that's two possibility as well.
If I want to talk about the immortality body, it will be a cybernetic body, right? It's a robotics body. Okay.
Okay.
In that robotic body, that means your consciousness from this body with feelings and all those things. I think those some point like your way of having feelings when
Change.
moving around, moving out to that body will be removed so that you feel yourself in that body. Maybe you
Yeah.
will not have sexual attraction because you not have it because it will be no longer needed. As here in Sweden, I know some men don't need to have sex in order to have children. You know how it works also. I don't know how it works in Portugal.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for the super chat. She says for the
And
future. She's ready.
yeah,
She's ready to be removed from this body.
yeah, that's it. And I think the topic
What
of
kind of body do
this
you want, Emmanuel? She want like 5 vaginas.
I don't think it will be necessary. I don't
I
think
mean,
it will be necessary. But
some people,
as we are
some
talking now, we are already a part of the AI, right? Because we have our data in Facebook,
yeah,
Google, and
true,
all those
true.
things. They are contributing in the AI to track us, right? To know us
Irving
better.
wants to have sex forever. This is his problem. That's his only problem. If you cannot have sex, he's not going in your world.
That's me, but improvisation shall come in the future. Maybe if they have a lot of money, they can freeze their body, store their consciousness somewhere, and then if they freeze your body like you are now, and they wake it up in 50 or 70 years, you will have the same age as you have now. So that's the point. So it's like you will live more 100 or 50 year extra. So that is also there are different alternatives. Or otherwise, they move your consciousness to a cybernetic body. That means a robotic body that don't have sex, and those sensitivity part of having sex or all that stuff may be removed. But you can still talk. You can keep a conversation. You are still you as you are, but without sexual feelings and all that stuff. And you live forever as a robot.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is it's. I think for most people, it's hard to imagine themselves something that they are not. So that's why they cannot like send themselves to, you know.
I don't think this, if we all of us are in the deathbed, breathing our last breath and get that question, you want your consciousness be transferred to a robotic body that cannot have sex and you will live forever? The answer of many of us will be yes.
In the chat, what would be your answer? Would it be yes or would it be no? That's the question. Dalia is saying, we already in it. I didn't use cash for 1 year and a half.
That's it. And money, in definition, I know you are an economist, you know that, is that money is goods and service, is what create money. If you have goods and you have service, and that money is just the money we have now is just number in the computer.
Yeah,
That's
it
it.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
It doesn't. It's not even backed by gold anymore.
yeah.
Irvin is saying life without sex and forever. What are you talking about? Get out of here. Hell no. I mean, maybe there will be different ways.
Because if I
VR,
can,
VR orgies.
yeah, if I can ask my brother here, even sex, in fact, is just muscle stimulation, right? Our muscle. I don't know how they say it in
Yeah,
English.
muscle.
Muscle stimulations is what make you feel good when having sex and erection. I don't think those things can be stimulating our brain in some way. Maybe we can just press one button. Yes, you had sex for today in 15 minutes, and your brain got stimulated as you had sex.
I mean, we can
Yeah,
recreate it. It's
yeah.
as long as you understand what it feels, you can recreate that. You can you can do some crazy stuff in VR. Like, you can have like 100 times in the same day without being tired. 'Cause, you know,
That's it. It's everything is about the signal in the brain. So the taste, the way we speak, how we're intelligent, and what we feel, sad, in love. You know.
try to, this guy is still in Zaire, bro.
Evan, you have a big problem, my brother. But it will be very nice and you will never regret it. Yeah.
Ça va limiter les maladies sexuellement transmissibles. Tu vois? Yeah. Trisha seemed to have had problems before. Je suis bio. Okay, so Joel, if you on your deathbed, this is your last breath, and they tell you, hey, A, you go to heaven, B, you go to VR or electronic body. What do you choose? This is the question for the chat. What do you choose? And like, when you get married to somebody, right? When you get married to somebody, let's say I get married with Tricia. After 100 years with her, I would be tired of her. Like, do we change the rules? Like a marriage is for 150 years and then they can remove like the connection, and then we can go back to somebody else. Like, it changes everything because it's still death do us part. There's no part anymore. I can't be like, oh my God, like it's been 3,000 days with that one.
Yeah, I think if we just take that question about marriage, if you
Joel goes to heaven directly.
yeah,
Irvin as well.
If you like, you bring it back like in 1,000 years ago, or 1,000, or maybe 800 years ago, you can see that marriage and relationship was totally different.
Yeah, it was just
The way
to connect families.
yeah. People just meet each other and had kids, in the evolution of the human being. So as they say it, as species, we are still in this step of evolutions, and that means we don't know. Maybe in those interstellar travel, it may take us like 50 years to travel into another solar systems to discover another planet, and you're still there with your whoever you love in your cybernetic body and enjoying it. And love will be very funny if we don't have sex. Will we still fall in love? That's funny.
Trisha said, true love is supposed to stand the test of time, no? Ne me cherchez pas de problème ici. C'est-à-dire que tu es jolie quand même, mais au bout de moi, au bout de 6 mois, je suis habitué déjà. I've seen this face before. Donc 100 ans, c'est 120 mois. Non, c'est 1200 mois. Yo! Mais it doesn't mean that you cannot have recreational sex. I'm sure that somebody would create a program where you can do it, or a version of a way to do it virtually.
Yeah, example, we have sex dolls now, right? Today, who are more better than real human. You
Have
see
you ever
that? Yeah,
tried a sex doll?
you did you get at those people who got married with the sex dolls and all those stuffs?
There was a guy, he had like 20 in his house, and I was like, yo, bro, you are problematic.
And I read some in some papers that some Chinese broke them in the Ivory Coast, right? And it sold out in second because
Oh shit. Abidjan. Abidjan, c'est Abidjan.
and that's it, you know. And I don't think the future will be in the way we are thinking now about eating, food, sex, working. It will be more advanced. Imagine if you are living in a country that everybody you know are well educated. So it will be a different places. We will be more thinking more advanced than the way we are thinking now about les choses du corps, les choses charnelles, mon frère Irvine.
Dalia is saying, so that's why you don't want to get married, because you are waiting for the cyber love. Wow.
King K, you already sang that song since 1996, Cyber
Cyber
Sex, right?
sex.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
it. So,
Yep. Então, não dormes?
yeah,
Não, encontrei isso lá.
no, Madame Dahlia, it's not true.
I
I'm
did
not
it.
waiting for cyber love or something cybernetics, but yeah, I'm just me. Yeah, so much futuristics and all those things. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Master Electronic. What you guys think? He's probably dating one machine there. You don't know. Maybe a coffee machine.
No,
Who
not
knows?
true. That's not true. Not true at all. That's not true, brother. Yeah.
I mean,
And about these topics here about human flesh, body sexing, and machine sexing, you know, there are women who prefer more those dolls sexing, vibrator, and all those things to get satisfied, right? Is more better than a human being. So I think this subject is about sex with a machine. People already have sex with a machine now.
yeah. I mean, yeah. The world has changed. The world have changed because of all the possibilities. Yeah, he's a suspect. But I mean, hey, he's Master Electronic. But what about you? Because like in the chat, nobody's telling me what they want. What about you? Would you rather die a normal death or be transferred to another body, a cybernetic body?
I would like to be transferred to a cybernetic body in order to do more than what I shall do in my normal body in terms of engineering or something like that, finding stuff and so on.
Would you want a body? Would you want a future where they just grow a body without nothing? And like, let's say once you arrive 70 or whatever happens, and you go prematurely, or you get sick or something, and they just upload everything and then they re-download everything to a body, but that body is just a looks like flesh and blood or whatever. It's just that it's prosthetic. It's a prosthetic body, I would guess. It's just a host for the brain. or a host for the data, right? And there would be
Mhm.
just a cyber brain there, or would you want this body to be enhanced with?
No, I would like to test the new body because this body is deadly. Okay, because the way of this body is construct, whatever you do, we die some way. But I would like to host my consciousness in that new cybernetic body. Yeah, it would be amazing.
Would you be? Would it be a body that is exactly the same, other than the fact that it doesn't decay, or would you add like stuff like Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi antennas inside, like information in the eyes, like I don't know, like, or would you just want a copy of what you look like, just, or would you want to just like other people? Like some people might say, I want to try a girl this time, or I want to change my voice, or I want to change the color, or I want to be all black, completely black, like dark, like black, like pitch black, with red eyes. Like some people might be scary. Some like, so would you, or would you just want to be? No, I just want a copy of me.
I just want to be a copy of myself because it will be my consciousness in that new body. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So
I would
I
change a
don't.
lot of things. I would change my tattoos every time. I would like, I would like to have like information when I see people. I want to see everything about them. Like, yeah,
Amazing. Amazing. I see you
yeah.
like it.
Oh,
I
me,
see
I
you
love it.
like it.
Me,
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Me, I'm not like all these cowards in the chat. Me, I'm ready. I'm like, let's go.
That's it. Yeah. But for me, I do think we will be there, or mostly in 10 years. If I'm saying no, like Neuralink, we can transfer our. You can send to me your knowledge and send to you directly in your brain in 10 years. I don't think we are not so far away. But I would like prosthetic body, my brain hosting there, so I can move it and doing all that stuff. Nothing to change as long as my brain have somewhere to stay, or my
Your
consciousness anyway.
consciousness.
Yeah.
Dahlia is ready
Oh,
for heaven. Me, I'm going inside. I live inside of Julie's body. We do a switch, like we do a swap. Oh, I don't know what it is. I have a big booty. Like maybe one day, just like, hello. I'd rather die of a painless death in my bed at home. Cyborg.
yeah, but I don't know why people don't want to embrace this future. Then because we are ready it now. You can't do anything without your phone, without your computer, getting the bus, buying food, whatever. As now you see in France, if you not get vaccinated, you will not go anywhere. We are already there. Why not just get a step further? And no need where you can no need food. You don't need food any longer. When you don't need food, you don't need money. So
Master
that's
Electronic is kind of scary.
why. Let me know.
This guy is scary. It's just like telling you, hey, you already ready. Just come to Sweden. The lab is ready. Actually, I'm the main scientist. I will cut you in pieces and upload everything. Don't worry, I got you. You will be in a box for a few years until we perfect the bodies, and then you will go back to things. But in the box, don't worry, I have games for you. You'll be fine. Master Electronic, you can go. We are here, Papa. Sorry. They're not ready. You want to be like people using body as sleeves in the Carbon series on Netflix. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Exactly. Oh, listen. Personally, to give my opinion, Joel, when I saw that movie, I was like, I want to live it down in that world. But I don't want to be the poor people. I want to be those who live up there in the sky, the ones that have been there for centuries. Yeah, depending on where you are, you know, imagine you can fuse your consciousness with somebody else. You just take the good part of people.
Yeah, the future is very exciting.
Imagine my intelligence inside of Julie's body. All the things that I would do. I'd be rich right now.
And don't forget, now in 5 years, 7 years, with the Neuralink chip, we will be able even to send the photo memory we have in our head to each other. Imagine you dreaming about somebody and Master Electronic, I sent to you my dream.
Do you really think that it would be that early?
Yeah, in 7 years. Yeah, in the way things are going.
Seven
Yeah,
years?
yeah, we will get chip in the brain. Or maybe earlier than that. Because I don't know, there have been one company who already started testing chip in the brain into humans already now. Because if you imagine, is a better way to track a population, right? Instead of identification, you just have everything on them in their brain. So why not make them like you?
You that's like, yo, you are going full dictatorship in here. Bro. Like, vieux mob sort de ce corps. Yo. But I mean, hey, you know, yeah, maybe we're talking to a clone. He talks like a clone.
Maybe
But
it's a cybernetic part of Master Electronic. No beer. Yeah.
mm,
Anyway.
it's a surrogate.